showing you tonight. If you don't know me, I'm Wendy. I'm an independent Couture designer, and welcome to Simply Creative Chalking. I am just going to pull us up here on my laptop so I can, oh, looks like my internet has dropped off my laptop. Okay, well, we'll restart it and we'll catch up with that in a minute. So tonight we have a couple of really cute projects. We are going to get into our deep sea collection with our octopus design on a nice Couture pillow cover. Here's our octopus, and we're going to pick up a couple of little accents here from our other transfer. Like I said, this is from our deep sea collection, and I really like it. It's really kind of cute. So we'll have some fun with that. I think we're going to start with that because I want to take this project right through to completion with you, and I'll show you how to heat set it. So we'll do that towards the end. So I'm going to start with this project. We have a second project to do, which is this lovely watering can behind me. That has been sitting on my shelf for probably over a year now, waiting to have something put on it. So tonight is the night. So let's get started. Oh, did this restart? No, it didn't. Okay, so let's get that going there. So how is everybody doing on this lovely Thursday night? I can't believe that we're at Thursday already. These weeks are absolutely flying by. You would think that when you're isolated in the house that you would have, it would drag on, and I guess it does to a certain extent. You do the same things over and over again, but truly, I find that in the blink of an eye, we're kind of heading towards the end of the week each week. So this is actually our ink mat. It's an adhesive mat that we're going to put inside our pillow cover. It's going to serve a couple of purposes. One, with the adhesive surface to it, our pillow cover fabric is going to stick to it, so when we're chalking, it's not going to ripple or move on me. And the other purpose is if I have any bleed through the material, I don't want it to actually bleed into the back side of my pillow and cause some issues there. So, hey Heather, how are you doing? Are you working from home these days, or are you still going into the hospital every day? I guess you would kind of, well, you kind of have to be there, don't you? You can't really, I don't know if you can do a lot of your job remotely, can you? Okay, now I'm just going to smooth that out to make sure that I kind of have all the creases and everything out and no bubbles or ripples. This is a beautiful fabric. This is a really nice heavy canvas. I really like these pillow covers. All right, so I think I'm going to start with this one. We're going to do a little bit of layering tonight. Let me see if I can, if this is going to boot up for me. I always end up with a couple of problems out here. One, I don't have, because I'm in my garage space and cement walls around me, I often lose my signal. I do have a router booster, I guess that's what you call it out here, and it's not, doesn't always do the trick. Not always. Get rid of that. So this is a cute transfer. Lots of embellishments for the deep sea collection. I don't know if you can see the little lines there. All these sections all cut apart. So I want to take the compass today. So I'm going to cut that piece apart. I will see if I want to use something else. I'll do the compass, and then I'm going to put my octopus on, and then we'll kind of take a look at it and see if it can actually handle something else. It might look a little bit busy. to the top here. Let's see if we can find us again. It isn't going to make it easy today, is it? It's just not going to be an easy day. Oh, we're getting there. We're almost there. One last click or two and I should be able to see you guys so you can chat with me. So I'm going to make sure, I'd like to do my zipper up. It just kind of holds everything nice and tight. My pad's getting in the way. So I'm going to make sure that when I chalk, I've got my zipper at the bottom. A couple of just last minute checks because you don't want to, you know, get away with things and then you finished your project and you realize that your zipper's at the top. I usually do that with the surfaces that have the hangers, and you know, you get so excited and you lay it down, you chalk it all out, and then you go to hang it and you've actually designed it upside down. But that's okay, we can add an extra hanger onto the back of those pictures, but this is a little bit different. Okay, let me just scroll down and find us here. We should be popping up right there. And you always see me fuzz, but we're working on canvas, so I want this to stick really well. So I'm actually not going to fuzz this transfer. I'm just going to lay it right on my canvas so I can get a nice firm seal with my adhesive. There it is. Okay, I think that will do it. Just set this off to the side. So let me see which way is up. That looks, well, it's not in English, so. Oh, well. I don't think it makes that big a difference, actually, when it comes down to it, because you can read it from all different. So I'm actually going to stick that right up here on the top corner. And even if my octopus kind of, the tendrils or tentacles will come up over top of it, that's okay with me. So I'm not going to bother trying to lay it all out and see. So with canvas, we're going to use ink. And the ink is a little bit different than the paste if you've been following along and you've seen me using paste the last while. It's a little, excuse me, creamier. And it almost has an oily base to it. You can just see how nice and smooth that is. Isn't that beautiful? I love working with the inks. They're just so smooth. And with an ink, we're going to dry this, and then tonight you're going to see me heat set it. Hopefully we can get it dry enough to heat set it. Normally I leave it overnight, or I give it a really, really good drying with the hair dryer. So we'll see how dry I can get it. Some of the pastes take a little bit longer than the others. So, but once it's heat set, it will be a permanent design. So I'll be able to throw this in the washer, the dryer, if I've got any difficulties with it. If I get a spot on it or somebody spills something on it, then that's no worries. Throw it in the washer and the dryer, and it's good to go again. All right. I think I have that all covered. Hey Trisha, how you doing? What are we doing tonight? We are doing the octopus. We're inking a pillow cover. We're going to do the octopus tonight, and I don't know if you just caught me saying, I'm going to try to take the project right through to the end. So we're going to do two projects tonight. We'll start with the octopus, and we'll ink this, and then I'm going to do this lovely watering can that's right behind me, and we'll finish that up, and that will give our pillow cover a little bit of time to dry so we can heat set it. Oh, I like that. So that's just a compass. I think it's in Greek. Isn't that cute? I am going to dry this up a little bit because I think my octopus tentacles are going to flop in over top of it, I think, a little bit. So get that covered up. Grab our hair dryer. So we get 2 projects for the price of 1 tonight. So the ink does take longer to dry than the paste because of that oily base to it. It still dries fairly quickly with a little bit of help of a hair dryer. If I leave this sit out overnight, it's going to dry up beautifully. No worries, but I'm going to speed it along tonight. Quite often we do pillow covers in a workshop, so we just use a hair dryer, we speed the drying process along, and we're able to heat set it the same night and get a cushion into it, and we're good to go. Like that's already starting to set up a little bit there. Too bad. I might give it just a little bit more. Even if I just get the bottom corner of it dry or drier, I can lay my octopus over. Leave it at that for now. I think we're okay there. And we'll bring our big, beautiful octopus down. Isn't he a beauty? I love him. And we're going to do him in cadet blue, which is a little bit lighter than a navy blue. Really like this guy. And we're working with a big transfer again tonight, so these ones are sometimes a little bit trickier. You definitely don't want them to fold back on themselves because they're nasty to try and get pulled apart again. So I'm going to offset this fella a little bit. I'm going to pull them up a little bit higher. My lettering here will come out over my compass. I might leave that lettering off actually. Because I don't want it to cover it that much. I think that's going to take away from my compass. All right. So I'm kind of happy with where he is there. Let's smooth him out. And again, I didn't fuzz my transfer because I do want it to stick more firmly to my canvas here. So we're going to use nice cadet blue on our octopus here. Okay, I don't think we're too badly there. Too bad. We're not too bad. I think I have enough to do this one. If not, I believe I have another one available. I was thinking had a brief thought there that I might do an ombre, but I don't think I'm going to. I've got lettering coming down here. I'm just going to bypass that. And the ink is a little smoother, a little bit more of an oily base. So where you would normally see me work so far and lift it and continue on so the paste doesn't dry in the transfer, I don't have to do that with my inks because they don't dry as quickly. So we've got a lot more working time. They do dry, but just not as quickly as the other paste. Hey Sabrina, how are you doing? Aw. Do you need me to yell at you? Are you not hearing me well? I wonder if my volume's down on my, I don't think so. As soon as I do this, I will check the volume on my phone. Is anybody else having troubles hearing me? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'm gonna have this all over me before I'm done this, I think. So how is everybody doing tonight? We're all still in a good spot with COVID-19? I'm kind of waiting to hear. I've got a sick son and I'm kind of waiting to hear on test results. Hopefully his cough and what he's feeling isn't that, but you can never be too sure these days. You have to check it out. But he's gotten pretty sick over the last couple of days, so fingers crossed, everybody, that we don't have the bug in the house, that's for sure. And that it's just a run-of-the-mill, let's get over it bug. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of a ripple there. I'll pull that out. There, I think we'll be okay. My paste is slipping up my squeegee. I was actually going to use my large squeegee. I should have. I probably wouldn't wear quite as much of it. Clean myself off here. It's the thing with canvas and working with ink, especially navy blue on the canvas. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a nice mess? The navy blue on the canvas is going to be a little bit harder to get off if I get it all over, so I'll try and keep it off my fingers. Everyone's so quiet tonight. So can you hear me, or is it still a bit of an issue? Maybe because I'm looking down and I'm not talking to the camera. All right, we're almost to the bottom of this. I think I'm gonna have to add a little bit more. This just might finish up my color in this container, but we made it to the end. That's a good thing. And I am a mess. I'm gonna leave the bottom here. We're gonna do that in black. Almost there. Wow. Lots of open screening on this, so it's taking a little more paste than something that's obviously not as much open screening on. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that I've got it all covered. No open, uncovered spots. I think we're pretty good. And I did have a little bit of rippling. That's what you don't want to do. So hopefully I managed it okay and we're good to go. All right, so let's put that back in there and get rid of that one. And before I lift my transfer, I am going to do my black here quick, so let's get that done. Hey Shelly, how you doing? Hey Crystal. Everything's great. How about you? We've got a couple of projects tonight if you guys are just tuning in. We're inking a pillow cover, and then we have a nice watering can to do. And we're going to take the pillow cover through to the end tonight. So I don't usually heat set it on my lives for obvious reasons. It needs to dry, but we're going to speed it along a bit tonight. All right. So let's lift this and try not to get my dirty fingers on the canvas. Oh, I'm liking them. I'm liking them. Okay, I'm going to stick him over here. Wash him after. And I had said earlier that once we finish this part of the project, we would see if we wanted to add anything else to it. So, what do you guys think? I'll hold it up for you. I have Live Deeply. I have a few words. I have the word discover that I can add into this upper corner. Or we can go a little more simplistic. You're good, but you're tired. Well, you've got 4 kids and a little baby at home. I don't doubt you're a tired mama. All right, so what do you think? That's not too bad. Do you guys want to add something into this upper corner here? Let me show you what I've got. So, we have Live Deeply. We could do Live Deeply. Or I guess we could go right across there if we wanted. We could put Discover anywhere in there. This is too much and I don't think we want the fish. So it's going to be between Live Deeply. I can kind of slide it down here. I could probably go over the tentacle a little bit. Or we can put Discover and we can slide that in anywhere, maybe even down there. So what do you think? Leave it, Live Deeply, or Discover. So leave it, give me a number 1, Live Deeply a number 2, and Discover number 3. What do you think? And while you guys are voting on that, let me cut these off, just in case we're going to use them. And you'll see me use the rest of these embellishments on other projects. This is a really great add-on transfer with lots of pieces and the rope trim and that type of thing that I could use on something else. I have a 2, which is Live Deeply, and I have a 3, which is Discover. Okay, anybody else gonna vote for me? What do you think? Oh, we could do Chart a Course. That one might be a little bit harder. We could do Chart a Course. No, I think it's going to be 2. We would have to do Chart Your and Course underneath it, I think. I think we're probably better with the scripted words. So I have a 2 and a 3. I need a tiebreaker here. Someone else has to vote. You guys are guiding my project tonight. Sabrina. Who else is on? We've got 5 of you on right now. So I need 5 votes, and that would be a nice odd number. And we'd have well, we have 3 choices, but we'd have a definite winner. So choice number 1 is don't put anything on it at all. Choice number 2 is add live deeply up here. And choice number 3 is add the word discover, and we could put that anywhere there. So 1, 2, or 3. Am I seeing more up there? 2, 3. Michaela, 1, 2, or 3. We need a tiebreaker. 1 is don't add anything else to the design. Keep it simple. 2, we'll add live deeply up here. Or 3, we'll add the word discover. We need a tie-breaking vote. What do you think? Everyone else is shy tonight. No one else is voting for me. Look at all the great additions that we have on this one transfer. It is great, and we're going to use each and every one of these at some point or another. This rope will look really, really cute. There's actually an anchor transfer that I have to order, and this rope would look really nice around the anchor. Okay, do I have to make the deciding here? I'm going to go with live deeply. No one else is voting. You got another 30 seconds before I commit to this. Actually, I'm going to turn this way just so I can get at it here. I think I'm going to just dry that a little bit so you got another minute or 2. So you can tell that your ink is starting to dry. Well, even your paste, when you start to have the shininess starts to lift and you get a very matte finish to it. So I can still see a lot of shiny in the body of the octopus and down in here, but where I've dried is actually a nice matte finish, and that's actually dry enough that I could go ahead and heat set it if I were to get it to that stage across the entire thing. I think I'm going to put him here, and I might do him in black. I thought of the gray, but I don't like gray in both corners, so I think I'll do black. All right. Any other votes come in before? No? Sorry, Tricia. Live Deeply's good also. Yeah, you had voted for the other one. I've actually, if I truth be known, I've kind of been wanting to use these words. And it kind of goes with the octopus who really lives deeply. It's a little bit corny, but it's true. Okay. And there. It's there, but it's not overpowering. I don't mind that. Okay, so that's all closed up. We're going to set him off to the side and let him start drying. What do you think? Not too bad? He's kind of cute. He'd be cute on a couch or an accent chair. So let me set him out of the way. We'll get him starting to dry. we'll bring our watering can forward and we'll get this started. So this is our next project. So we're actually going to do both sides of this guy. Oh, I got a little scrape on it, haven't I? And like I said, this one's been sitting waiting to have something pretty done to it for a while, but I haven't. So tonight's the night. You guys are lucky you get to be a part of it tonight. So on one side, we're going to keep it kind of simple. We're going to do plant dreams, pull weeds, and grow a happy life. That's kind of cute, eh? And then on the other side, I absolutely love the seed collection packets, the seed packets. So it's actually a two-part transfer. And let me show you the magic of this one. So, I don't know if I had shown you, I built this little stand, and I thought you could actually change these out. So this is the one that we're doing tonight, Dahlia. Look at how pretty those are. And I thought, you know, you can just kind of set them off. I don't think I would pile them all on like I have. I'm just keeping them together. But just have a little different flower to match your different moods of the week. Pretty, aren't they? So that's a transfer. These all come on one transfer. So this is the one we're doing tonight. Colors won't be exactly that because we're working on the black. This deep purple won't show up well on it, so we're not going to use that color. Instead, we are going to use I pulled out, I think we'll use the white around the trim of it because it's going to have a pop of color. And then we're going to use a storm gray and wisteria on the packets. Actually, you know what? I might change my mind on that. Never fails, eh? I always seem to. So let's start with this side now anyway. Water bath is getting a little in the way. And my necks. Can you guys see that still? I might have to stand for this one. And this, because we're on a nice solid surface, I'm going to fuzz this. And I actually haven't used this portion of the transfer before either, so it's going to be super sticky. I want it to stick firmly, but I don't want it to be too difficult to get off after and stretch it. I could probably do this in two colors actually. I think that looks pretty good there. Maybe I'll go just a little bit higher on it. All right. Make sure there's no air bubbles. So I think I'm going to use white on the top part, plant dreams, pull weeds, and grow a. And on the bottom part, I might do my ever-loving Couture teal. Kind of addicted to this color. Let's see, you guys. Yeah, I always change my mind, don't I? It's a good thing I'm a woman, man. Good thing. All right. Let me just make sure this one's ready to go before I get too far. Yeah, it'll be okay. I was just thinking I have some flowers I was going to put in it after. I don't want the blue to clash with them, but the flowers probably won't be in it for long. I plan on putting some fresh flowers in it as soon as we actually have that ability. I'm not a big silk flower person. The silk flowers have to look really realistic for me to like them, so, or for me to accept them, I guess. I don't know if I ever really like them. I'm kind of the type of person, they're okay if they look real, but if they don't look real, we're not okay. It's like plastic surgery. It's okay as long as everything looks good. If it looks natural, you're okay. If you look like you had stuff done, not so good. All right. I'm glad to be getting this project done tonight. Did I prep the can at all before? I actually didn't. I didn't. And as far as sealing it after, I think because it's a bit of a pebbly surface to it, I think I might spray seal it. I might take the chance at spray sealing it. I will see. I could possibly wax it and give it a bit of a seal that way, but I'm not using ink because I'm not entirely confident that this would hold up well with the wooden handles and that the metal is such, and the painted finish, that it would do well in the oven. So I opted to use paste tonight as opposed to the ink. The ink would have been lovely. I kind of did this before where I made some can vases, and the little trim that was right at the top of the can, they weren't top quality. It kind of melted in the oven, so I'm a little more hesitant to do that type of thing. I think this blue's gonna pop on the black nicely. I could probably ask you guys what's my favorite color, and you probably all know by now. If you follow me or follow any of my YouTube videos or anything like that, I say it enough. All right. Let's see. Oh, I like it, I like it, I like it. You ready to see? How's that? That's not too bad at all, is it? I like that. Okay. So let's get rid of these. And we'll do our seed packet on the other side. Doesn't take too long at all to whip something cute up. And this wasn't an expensive watering can, but it would be kind of cute even as a Mother's Day gift to decorate a can like this and put some nice cut flowers into it and a pretty ribbon on it. You like it, Shelley? I kind of like it. Did I get it straight? Looks pretty good. All right, so let me dry this side so I can actually lay the can down on the other side of it. I'll reach my... Is it gonna blow away here? I think we're good. So if anybody watching is piqued, if this has piqued their curiosity and you want to try Couture, we have these wonderful Try Me kits right now that are not expensive at all, and they're a perfect opportunity to make a small investment and be able to get a project out of it. And they're actually listed on my on Simply Creative Chalking. I have examples of the kits there, and if you're interested, just put in the comments "Try Me," and I'll make sure that you get the link to the shop to take a look at them. So just to let you know, the kits, if you're watching from the US, are $19.16 I think, and $20 and change. Two kits are $19.16, and we did have two that were $20, but one of them has sold out and is now out of stock completely. It's not going to be replaced. They're not able to get any more. And in Canadian dollars, the two kits are $26.28, and then you'll have tax and shipping on that. Shipping, if you're not a Club Couture member, will be $13.95, and the other kit is $28.28, so not too bad a price. And the ones that are $19.16 US and $26.28 Canadian are actually on rechalkable surfaces, and so then you can purchase other transfers down the road, remove your design, and replace it, which is a great thing, and they're discounted 20%, so you're getting a deal. Truly getting a deal on it. I might bring that just up a smidge. I might have to stand up to make sure I've got this straight. I think that's pretty good. Now, I was rethinking my colors a little bit. I like the mauve. I want something to go with the wisteria here that has a little bit of a pop to it, but not clash with it. Nothing's jumping out at me. I could go completely different and go with the pinks. I think I'm going to stick to the colors that I have here. How's that? Don't do that very often, right? I usually change my mind and don't look back, but tonight I'm sticking with it. Okay, so we're going to start with our white around the outer edge. I'll let you see the design we're working with. So this is actually our first transfer, and we're going to do a nice white border, and the wording will be in white, and then we will do this in the mauve and the storm gray, I'll do it in the mauve now, and then I'll just do the accents. Actually, maybe I'll do the gray here, and I'll do the accents in mauve. That will be a little more vibrant. Okay, so as I go, I am going to lift the edges of the transfers, and I'll do the flower last. And that is because I'm working with the paste now. It does dry a little more quickly, and I don't want it to dry in the silk screening and not in my on my can. So I will get so far, and I'm going to lift my screening, and that's just pulling the color out of the screening and allowing it to dry on the can there. Oh, well, I'm going to show you how we can fix that, because we can. I'm just going to get this little piece in here, a little bit of the border in there, a little bit of the border up here. Okay. and I'm going to lift it. I'm going to get myself a wipe. So even designers mess up and get goopy stuff every once in a while. That's what we do. Okay, so now I am going to lift the bottom, and this is lifting my paste out of my screening. And you can see where I kind of got it there. I'm just going to wipe it away. And I'm going to clean my transfer a little bit and get the white out of the screening there so I can push color through it. I don't want that white to dry in my screening. All right, so I'm just going to let that flop back down. And I get this upper corner on this side. And I will continue. I think I'm going to use my multi-tool. I should have started with that. It's really nice for getting small detail. Should be watching your comments. You guys aren't chatting with me. You got to chat with me. What was the most exciting part of your day today? What did you do? Did you work? Did you watch anything good on Netflix? Who's watching a good series on Netflix? I do need a good series. I might watch something this weekend. Just kind of take it easy, although it seems like it's going to be kind of nice out too. It'd be nice to get out in the gardens this weekend if the weather cooperates. Okay. Alright, now let's get I was going to use my gray here, wasn't I? Gotta keep me on the straight and narrow, guys. Okay, and I think I have a couple of little leaves there, which I think I'll grab. And do them in a nice bright color. Let's clean this off and use this to spread, because it's a pretty tight area here. A little green into my white border here. Just encourage that to leave that silk screening. A little encouragement. All right. These have a little more detail to them, but they're kind of fun to work with. These little transfers. The magic happens when you put the second transfer on and all the color and the detail come out. Okay. We will dry this up between layers. We'll make sure it's good and dry. And then we'll add our next color. So let me get some of this excess off. So it has a nice rustic look to it. It doesn't have a ton of detail there right yet, but it will. Let's dry that up. And we'll get our mauve on. Wisteria, not mauve. Call it by its proper name. We're a quiet bunch tonight. That is for sure. If anybody on remembers me talking about the natural burlap surfaces last week that have been reduced in price, they sold out fairly quickly because the price on them is so wonderful, but they are actually back in stock today. I think I've got one that's coming there that I can't see here. Hold on. So if you're looking for the natural burlap board, I can pull one out and show it to you. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous surface. Oh, Shelley, I'm gonna have to... Oh, thanks, Shelley. This side's gonna be kind of a simple design, but I think it'll be pretty. And the flowers that I have are sunflowers, and I've got a nice orange spray of flower in that, but like I said, they're not going to be the ones that stay in the can. I will go to a natural flowers at some point, so I'll have to kind of keep my color scheme in mind when I do that. I'm kind of a pink and mauve person when it comes to my gardens and that, so this will go well with that. All right, so let's line this one up. Now, because we're layering, we will fuzz super well because I want the stickiness on the back of this transfer to pick up any of the paste I've already made. So I want this to be sticky enough to sit down, but I don't want it to pick up any of my design I've already put down. So I'm going to give it a really good fuzzing. Okay, let's hope for the best. Now, these do have demarcation lines on them. So if you can see that right at the top on either side, on my first transfer, I could have put some paste in those, and then I would have had a mark to line up the second transfer, but I don't find these ones too hard to line up, so I didn't fuss with that today. And if you work, you can use the demarcation lines. Like in this surface, I could have put my white paste there. I would be able to see through and line them up. And this is a solid surface, so I could go back after and just remove that paste, so I didn't have the marks left there. If I was working on something like the pillow cover, a fabric, I would put pieces of tape, just a painter's tape or our Couture tape under the marks, chalk over them, and then lift with my layers and just use my marks. But then when I come back, when I'm done at the end, I can just lift the tape off, and there's no marks on my fabric then. Okay. I haven't seen Shannon join us tonight. She was looking forward to tonight's live, unless she's hiding in the background there. Oop. I just hit my demarcation line. See, you talk about it and it makes you do it. All right. So there we go. Kind of rustic, simple. And then there's our other side. So let me get rid of my paste here. And we will put some flowers in it, put a bow on it, and call our project done. A bow. We're doing a bow tonight. We're not doing a big fancy bow though. I don't need to get my bow maker out. We're just doing a simple bow tonight. Oh my gosh, I'm covered in paste everywhere. Messy, messy. All right. So let's see what. So I always have a few flowers on hand, so I just have a few that I wanted to put into it tonight. How about we add our bow first? And because we went with the white on the one side, initially I thought I might go with the burlap with the orange to match the flowers, but I think it's going to clash with our color scheme that we ended up going with, so I think I'm going to go with a white bow. Let's see how much we need here. This is the end of my spool. This COVID-19's getting cutting into my ribbon collection here. Oh, might need to use it all, eh? I was thinking I'd be able to save some, but maybe not. Okay. Actually, I'm going to loop with this one. My other tail's a little bit longer. Pull that a little bit snugger. I have to work from my other side. I was thinking I'd have my bow down that side. We could work with it over here. We'll make it work either side. How does that sound? Me and my bows. These bows I'm okay with though. Just have to fuss with it to get it the way we want it, right? Okay, we'll use our wire and get a little ribbony effect to it here. And we'll tie those, we'll fix those ends there. Pull this in a little, there. Let's get our flowers in and then we'll fuss with it. So, I'll put a few sunflowers in. We have some lamb's ears. And I really just want this to have the effect of, I just picked some flowers in the garden and threw them into my watering can effect. Very loose. Not too designed. Oh, I'm doing this in front of Shelley. Shelley used to do floral design, didn't she? Eee. Okay, Shelley, no judgments here. This is just a few flowers in a watering can. Just a burst of color, that's all. you need some color on the other side. What else do I have? I think I'm out of my sunflowers. Let's see what I can pull up over here. Maybe just a couple of these. Nothing much here. My wire cutter. Designing on the fly. Just a little bit of a little more color here. That's not too bad. Now to fix the bow. Have it adorn both sides. And I think you could actually put this bow down here. You can put on the handle. This watering can has lots of options, doesn't it? I'm going to use my Couture scissors. Let me grab another pair here. And we'll trim it a little. This wire has a mind of its own, I'm telling you. You guys are awfully quiet. Or am I missing comments here? I think I'm missing comments actually. It's not coming up on my computer. Oh, it's because I lost the internet on it again. Thank you. The white's better, definitely, yeah. Yeah, I think that the orange, I was originally thinking I would pick up on some of the yellowy orange tones, but I kind of changed my mind on the chalk color, so that changed that, didn't it? So we have it that way, or we could flip our bow a little bit and bring the tails over. Adorn it this way a little bit. I'd have to play with the bow. Depends on which side you want to see. I would probably turn the bow completely the other way, but it's a little something, a little bit of color, until we actually have some color in the gardens. It's a little something. Okay. So I guess we can turn it that way. All right. So now for our next trick. Let's get this heat set. So I'm going to use my Easy Press, and I'll bring that over and get it plugged in here. I'm going to get this water bath. We don't need this anymore. I'll set this out of the way. You can see all my transfers in there, waiting to get cleaned later. So you don't have to use an Easy Press. You can use an iron just at a medium temperature to heat set anything. I'd use my extension cord, but it doesn't have a 3-prong, so there we go. Let's get that heating up. I just use my Easy Press at 305 or an iron at medium heat. And I'll bring over this is the little heat pad that goes with the Easy Press. And let's grab our pillow cover now. So that's actually not too bad. I'm just going to go over it with the hair dryer just to give it a little, just to get it a little bit drier, but that's actually not too bad at all. And that was what, how long have we been? I don't see a time on it, so. That's not too bad. Always remember to take your ink pad out when you're doing this, because you can make an awful mess of your ink pad. It doesn't like that additional heat on it. And I didn't have any leakage through, so that's not too bad. Sometimes I do like to look on the underside of my design and make sure that I didn't have any leakage, especially dark colors like this. Okay. I'm going to set it up to 305. There we go. It's actually 310. And then all you want to do is use parchment paper as a layer between your design and your iron or your easy press. There we go. And it is set to 30 seconds, so I'll let it, we'll let it go 30 seconds on each side. If you're using an iron, then you're going to want to do 4 minutes on the front side of it, and then turn it inside out and do the inside of it. 4 minutes each side. I'll do the upper part here. And my parchment paper isn't covering just the last couple of inches, so I'll move it down and do that side. So you see how quick and easy you can make some home decor. It's wonderful, it's lovely. If anybody is interested in learning more about what I do as a designer, just shoot me a message. You can just comment interested, and I can send you over to my opportunities page, and I've got lots of great information there on Couture and what's involved with being a designer. I'll just get the lower part of this done. And then I'm going to turn it inside out, and I'll do the back side, and then it is completely heat set then. It will be good to put in the washer and dryer, and you won't lose your design. Cool a bit. So the difference, you can kind of tell when your heat set is complete by the touch of it. Now it's still a little bit hot, but I don't want to feel any tackiness. I should be able to, still really hot, move my hand over it without feeling any tackiness to it at all. It should almost just feel like the surface of the fabric, which it does feel good. I'm happy with that. And now I'm going to turn it inside out, and just to make sure that my dark color of my ink doesn't transfer onto the back side of my pillow, I actually put parchment paper on the inside. Not everybody does this. It's just kind of my thing. Others might do it, I'm not sure. But I make sure I do it because with the dark blue design, it will, I don't want it to transfer and obviously leave a mark on the back side of my pillow. All right. And I'm just going to do the back side. And I'm not as concerned about the parchment paper on the back side of the fabric as as I am with the plate of the iron on the design itself. I haven't run into any problems doing it this way. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and we're good to go. All done. One pillow cover complete. I'm going to let that cool a second, and I'm just going to grab an insert for that. And you can also go ahead and design the back side of your pillow as well. Keep going, and then you've got a two-sided pillow. You can flip around. There's a lot of different designs within this deep sea collection that you could actually use the starfish or the shell on the back side as a nice accent piece, or create a second pillow with the coordinating designs. So the pillow covers are 18 by 18, so you just want to buy a pillow insert that matches that size. And we're done. Ooh, a little bit of fuzz. We have a pillow cover. I'm having troubles reading you, Shelley. Yes. That was back a little ways, eh? Yeah. How much do I like making bows? Not so much. I'm not a big frou-frou bow person. But so there's our pillow cover done, and here's our other project. Oh, now I got ink on there. I didn't notice it earlier. That will come off. It'll come off with a little bit of water. I'm just going to use a Lysol wipe here. Get that off. There, I didn't notice that earlier. You guys probably all saw it and didn't tell me. And there's our watering can. All done. All right. Well, that is it for tonight. Thank you, darling. And let me know if you have any questions at all, if you want to learn anything more about Couture, its products, how to get the products, anything like that, just shoot me a message and I'll help you out. You're very welcome. Good night, everybody.